G'day everyone, it's Jay and welcome back to Timber Kings on Silver Run Forest. As you can see, we are in the middle of July and our forest is coming along rather nicely. Another month or two, I think that one, yeah, 29.4. So they're almost fully grown. And when they get to 34, I think it is, meters, then we will chop them down. And as you can see, the latest batch of trees we planted are also coming in nicely. Now, I think in this episode there are a couple of things I want to do. One is look at expanding our land claims, or what do they call it in the logging business? Our forestry stakes. And the second is I want to look at upgrading a couple of pieces of equipment. Because while they are really nice, I don't find that they are doing the job anymore that they used to. So we will get into that later. In the meantime, I did do a brief roundup and I have sold some of my product, and it's now time to sell the rest. Some of it I am going to load onto the train and some of it I am not going to bother. In fact, there's a pretty good price at Silver Run Market for all this stuff, so I'm just going to sell that at Silver Run Market. And while we are en route, we will quickly check and see how the roller coaster is doing, because it is coming along nicely. As you can see, it's really starting to take shape, and I'm really hoping that when we skip through till tomorrow that it will be on the next stage. So you might be asking me then, why are you selling all your stuff that might be needed for the next stage? Well, don't worry. Productions are still running and I have a little bit left. That wasn't bad. I'd have probably got an extra 5,000 to 10,000 by selling it on the train, but I compared the prices. Metal definitely is still worth selling on the train, as is paper. And they're the two products that I have left. I also want to sell that those wood chips and see what we get for those. In fact, I am going to do that now, and then we will come back and we will do the metal. It really is too bad that this is too light to lift more than one pallet of metal at a time, so I'm just going to use super strength. Yeah, I know. What's new? I should probably buy a proper forklift and use that here. We have some in there, so let's see how much the trailer will take. So the piece of equipment that I really want to upgrade is the Komatsu harvester. I know I said that it's probably all you need when I first started playing the game, because it seemed to handle most of the medium trees just fine. But what I'm finding is, like I said, these trees right now at 23 meters, no problem, it'll take care of those. When you get to the big trees, when they're fully growing, it tends to tilt to one side and you have a little bit of trouble steering. And secondly, I have some spruce that needs to be taken care of, and it does not like spruce. It is not big enough to do spruce. So my initial assessment was wrong. Let me see what sort of wood chips are selling for and where the best price is. Fire department at $6.88. Old sawmill. I don't know how. Never mind. $6.88. So still the fire department. And here we are. I'm not sure what the fire department needs wood chips for, but hey, I'm more than happy to supply them. And let's see what 22,000 liters worth of wood chips is. 16,000. Not bad, not bad. We do have at the old sawmill, we have a pile of wood chips that I need to get rid of at some point. And rather than driving this small trailer up and down, I think I am going to invest in a larger trailer, or at least lease a larger trailer. I'm not going to buy a larger trailer because the one I'm looking at holds 60,000 liters. And if I use that for ore, I don't think, apart from maybe 82 Studios Phoenix trucks, none of the base game trucks are going to pull that. I've rounded up all the wood we've harvested, so that's everything we have. I do have to go harvesting at some point, but not this episode because everything is right now fully stocked. Alright, let me take this back and I'm going to get loaded up with metal and then the paper, and I will see you at the train yard. Okay, I was gonna wait. As you can see, we have, well, 2,500 liters of paper. Nah, I'll just take what we have now. The rest of the paper can go on the next. Well, yeah, I was gonna say not the next train, but the next major load we do on the train. And that sheep have been working overtime, which is perfect. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit it. Well, I can probably fit it on the end here. Yeah, I'm gathering quite the collection of machinery. I'm not going to take all three, I'll just take two. Because, like I said, whatever pallets of fabric we don't use for the boatyard, okay, that's attached, perfect. Yeah, whatever pallets of fabric we don't use for the boatyard, I do want to invest in the clothing factory, because vintage clothes pays a fortune. It's one of the few places that actually pays more than shipping stuff by train. July, August. I'm just trying to do the math in my head. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna buy this cotton field when it gets a little bit closer, but that's not till October. I might actually buy 2 fields and plant them both with cotton. It's not as though we're short of money. We can afford the cotton equipment. Oh, rent. That was almost, you couldn't time that better. Apart from the fact that it's going to stop there and I don't think it's going to back up. Oh no, it is going to back up. The other thing I want to try when we have the right equipment is I want to try loading a train load of wood. But I'm having a hard time justifying that bit. Oh, mind you, it's not as though we're short of money. I was going to say I'm having a hard time justifying that because Elm Creek pays so well for wood. Sorry, Elm Creek. Elm Creek does pay well for wood. However, the container factory pays more. Alright, let me get this loaded up. We'll see what the total is, and then we will skip ahead to tomorrow and see what equipment we're going to buy. Alright, here we are, coming up to the sell point. I don't think we're going to lose anything, but I will check afterwards. And I think we're going to make about 200,000. Yep, pretty close. And no, we didn't seem to lose anything, which is good. Perfect. So let's take our truck over to the boatyard. Where I do want to expand to is I actually want to buy the land near the old sawmill or the northern sawmill. And that way we don't have as far to cart. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've planted so many trees that not a big deal wherever we go. Okay, so that's that taken care of. I've sold everything that was out of the productions. And we're at 1.2 million. Yeah, we definitely have enough that we can expand. All right, on that note. A hazy August morning. Looks like our trees have grown. Let's check. Yep, they're up to the full 36 meters. Hard to believe this area was clear cut not too many years ago. As you can see, I've tried to, and I used the hand tool to fill in the areas that were missing. I could probably fill this in a little bit better, but I was a little bit worried about my frame rate, but it doesn't seem like it's hurting too badly at all. So let's check on our productions first, and then we will go up to the sawmill and I'll show you what I purchased. Well, main productions, metal, we need metal. That's okay for wood, the old sawmill. Although, yeah. Shingle factory, okay, so that needs wood. It probably got 1 day's left in it, but everything else, okay, looks pretty good. We probably, like I said, we're gonna need ore. Check the roller coaster. And whoopee, we have finally made it to the next stage. So we have, I'm gonna have to go through that list and figure out exactly what we need. Like, where is it? Planks long. No, everything's good there. So we need chairs, and we need buckets, and we need barrels, and we need that sort of stuff, but nothing major. We should have enough in production, or at least enough to keep going. And the boatyard, has it moved? No, it hasn't. Or it hasn't, well, it's moved, but it's not moved as quickly as I hoped it would. I am curious to see what we get for the boat number 2. Because I've had a couple of people leave me comments after the video about how much do you make off the boat, and apparently the price varies. So I'm curious to see whether we will get 300,000 again, or whether we will get a little bit less or a little bit more. Yes. Sheep probably need feeding. Yeah, they've only got 314 liters left. Now, like I said, from here on in, I'm going to do hay because hay is a little bit lighter. Wait, why am I using the skid steer when I have a perfectly good tractor parked around the corner? Because 1 point some tons is apparently just a little too much for the skid steer. Although it did okay considering I didn't have to lift it too high. Not sure what to do about this front end loader. I don't know. I've got the bucket for it. I could move it up to the ore mine and it could be my supply for the ore mine. Or my loader. Now, I wouldn't mind, but I have found, and I've seen several other people report the same thing, and I've even found this on Elm Creek, that right now, for some reason, the drive to function is not working properly. So if you tell something to drive to a certain location, well, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. And I know Giant said they fixed the issue, but yeah, no, it's not fixed. It's probably whatever they did, I find, has made it worse. Okay, I'm just going to do these by hand because this is far too long and laborious. Pop goes the weasel. that's what I meant to do was, oh, we'll do that in a second. I meant to hop up to the old sawmill. Well, we might as well take the truck up to the old sawmill, and I will show you what I purchased. Because we are going to need the long planks and the wood. I can't get over how quiet this truck is. And when I was taking my delivery up to the old sawmill, I completely forgot that the sides on this extend. So I had to do a real balancing act. Come on, you slow. Slow car. And there they are. I got a new harvester. Yeah, this is a mod off of Mod Hub. I wanted to see how well it compared to the one Giants has and whether or not it has all the same functionality. And then, like I said, because we are gonna buy this piece of forest land just across either this one or this one, I'm not sure yet, but just across, and we aren't gonna have too far to haul our wood. I got the Ponce Buffalo. I probably mispronounced that, but that's okay. And that's starting to look good. I don't know if I mentioned I planted trees around here a while back, and they're finally growing. I'm gonna park this. Oh. So I can use the forklift. And take stuff back down. Alright, now that I know what I need for the roller coaster, I want to have a quick look and see what our productions have. We know the boatyard is okay, although I think it could use, like I said, see, planks long, the fact that it says it requires 4,068 and we have exactly 4,068 in storage kind of troubles me. So I think I'm going to toss one extra in there just to be safe. And then the roller coaster, well, okay. We will do the resupply next episode. In this episode, to finish up, I am just going to zip around, grab some of what we need for the roller coaster, and then we will call it quits. So let me zip around and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are at the roller coaster, and hopefully we have everything we need. I am determined that we are going to build the roller coaster. Buckets we have 1,000 of now, so you know what, let's just put these in the back for now. I don't know why I brought 2 pallets of... You know what, we can always stash them. Barrels 99. What do I need for barrels? 407. Tables. Okay. Chairs. 408. And we have 1,000. Prefab walls. Planks long we're fine, but I grabbed an extra one by, well, we'll just throw that in there. I'm sure it's gonna need it. So I think we might just leave this one here, and this will be our supply trailer for when we move to the next step. And I'll use the big truck to do the rest of my deliveries. Alright, since we're about that time now, and we're well, we have the roller coaster the next step, we're at a new day, we have all our stuff delivered. Let's call it quits here, and we'll pick up next episode. Thank you for watching. Take care. Jay. Oh, and if you liked the video, remember to give it a thumbs up. It doesn't cost anything.